Having gone 14 games without losing in all competitions. In fact, we haven't lost since the opening day of the season. Today, can we keep up that form? It's going to be two tricky away games, though, that we need to win if we're going to keep it going. Hello and welcome to episode 57 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark and on today's episode we have for you two games as mentioned. Both of them are away. First off, we travel to Rotterdam to play a Feyenoord in the Champions League league phase match day 4. It's the halfway stage of the league phase and we were doing quite well. 3 games, 3 wins, and we're in about 3rd place, I think, in that little league. So we'll see where we are after today's games. And then we have a tricky away game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at Tottenham in Premier League match day 11. We've not, in so far this series, the twice that we've played at the London Stadium, we've lost 2-0 on both occasions. Let's hope today we can turn that corner and change it into something else. That's the games on the episode today. Don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, then leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series. And of course, remembering that this is our final season here at West Ham, we're going to start a new save as we get to the end of this particular season. And you could leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see me do next. You can follow everything that's going on this channel literally by following me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. That will keep you up to date with all that is going on. Right, let's get in. Let's get on and have a look and see what's been going on. I don't think anything's been going on since you were last with us. Or has it? Did we play? No, we played Everton and Newcastle in the last episode, so nothing has happened. A 3-2 win in the Carabao Cup 4th round. Everton, we managed to squeeze that one out. It was a bit of a difficult one. Brent Kerr becoming the youngest player, our youngest player to ever score. And he's breaking through into the squad this season. Had a couple of games come on as substitute and things like that. So he's breaking his way in, but managed to get the opening goal on 61 in that one. And then a 4-0 thrashing of Newcastle. Newcastle, who weren't going too badly at all. Still, they've dropped down a little bit off the back of that loss, but they were up here somewhere. But this is the table as it stands going into today's episode. We are first on 23 points on goal difference from Manchester United, who are second also on 23 points, then 2-point gap to Arsenal in third on 21, then come Aston Villa and Newcastle on 20. Manchester City and Chelsea, Manchester City pulling themselves up into the European places now. Manchester City and Chelsea both on 18 points, and then come Tottenham, our second opponents of today's episode. Leeds and Crystal Palace all on 17. There's a 4-point gap then to Everton, who are in 11th. Norwich, Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth are in that drop zone at the moment. Bournemouth only managing to pick up 1 point so far. That was a 0-0 draw with Chelsea. Their form is pretty torrid. Lost the last 4, only drawn 1 in their last 5. And you can see the form here. Of course, we're us and Manchester United sort of almost going peg for peg at the moment as it is. They've scored more goals than us, but our defence has been a bit more dogged than theirs. They've been scoring but conceding as well, and that's how we've ended up with the goal difference that we've got at the moment. Right, I don't think that. Oh, in fact, there might be something to tell you in a minute. Just checking on the old medical centre. Parisi is due back in 6 days to 2 weeks. He's been out, of course, with that twisted ankle that he suffered way back in the game against Getafe on the 21st of October. Nathan Trott's just come back from injury. Let's have a quick look at the transfers, because there has been a little bit of transfer activity. We have agreed, I'm not sure if I did tell you, but Lucas Paqueta is leaving us in January. He's gone for £48.5 million, gone to Al Etihad, and will leave us. And our replacement, immediate replacement for him, is Morten Holmund. He comes in from Sporting Club Portugal, a Danish international, and he will be joining us. 26 years of age, currently 4-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. All round, I think if you actually compare him to Paqueta, if I can find him. Where are we? There we go, Lucas Paqueta. If you actually compare him, I mean, his 4 stars compares to Paqueta's 3 stars. He's 2 years younger for a start off. His defending's better. His mentality is better. Not quite so good aerial-wise. His technical probably isn't as good as Paqueta. His attacking isn't as good, but they can build up a little bit vision. Otherwise, the other thing. So he's generally around, certainly a good replacement, shall we say. Can play in those 2 positions there in centre mid, or can play out on the left if we play such a formation anytime in the future. But he's an incoming, and obviously the profit on him at the moment is 16.25 million, and that could rise to 53 million, so a little bit more than what Paqueta was. But that's the value that I think we've agreed on him. So that's a done deal. Those swaps going ahead in January. Whether we do any more moving about will depend on players coming in or going out, of course. Sorry, going out first, possibly, because financially it will leave us a little bit dragged once that all goes through. So it will only be a one out, one in basis, but it has levelled up our wages budget as well, because wages budget has come in a little bit based on those ins and outs. So that's all good news as well. Just a fraction under by about 40,000, I think it is. So got a little bit of room to manoeuvre there. Right, that's all the news. I think to tell you, we are Champions League phase mode. There are some games that have been played ahead of our game here on Wednesday. The Tuesday games have been played. Liverpool beating Ajax 4-2. Arsenal beating Young Boys 2-0. Aston Villa losing to Inter by 1-0. Celtic beating RB Leipzig by 2-0. And Manchester United beating Monaco 3-0. Manchester City beating Red Bull Salzburg by 2-1. Paris Saint-Germain leading the current holders, of course, looking for a 3rd title in a row here in the Champions League. Who's going to stop them? Not Lazio. It's a 1-0 win against Lazio. The table looks like this then. A number of teams have played 4 games. Paris Saint-Germain having played 4, they are on maximum points 12. Manchester City also played 4, maximum points of 12. We have played 3 games on 9. Aston Villa have played 4. They are on 9, and Barcelona have played 3 on 9. And then come Porto, Inter and Werder Bremen in that top 8 as it stands at the moment. Obviously a lot to go into the pot today. And just a reminder how this works. Obviously the top 8 go through to the knockout stage. Irregardless, the teams from 9th to 24th will play off against one another to make up the other 8 teams. And then those 8 will go into a draw, but the advantage if you finish in the top 8, the other bonus is the fact that you don't have to play the playoff round. You also get home advantage in the second leg of the last 16 before the draw's made for the other one. So it's a big bonus to finish up in that top 8 if we can. Feyenoord, just for clarity, Feyenoord are currently, where are they? I did find them earlier. Now I can't. There they go, down there. 27th They have played 3 games. They've won 1 against Sparta Prague, a 4-3 win. They've lost their other 2 matches against Marseille and Dortmund, both 2-0. So their form in this one isn't that good. Can we get a result against them today? Let's hope so. We want to keep that unbeaten run going. 14 games, turn it into 15 if we can. Let's have a look at the team then that will face Feyenoord. And here is the side that faces Feyenoord in this match day 4 of the Champions League phase. Mazulia in goal, Gomez, Todibo, Upamecano and Vagaman, our defensive line. Souček, Šalaga and Ward-Prowse in front of them, with Kudos sitting behind Bowen and Abraham up front. And then that means on the bench we have Trubin, Zuma, Samadic, Tarima, Vitic, Kahera, Paqueta, Emerson, Friedel, Brent Kerr, Ollie Watkins and Tyrone Akpata. And here we are at the De Kuip in Rotterdam. Feyenoord versus West Ham in this Champions League league phase match day 4. And we playing our usual formation. They're playing a 4-4-2 today. As the teams come out on the pitch. We're wearing our purple 3rd strip today. Minutes on the clock. Throwing from Gomez to Xavier. Souček through to Abraham. Abraham comes forward with the ball. He's got Wagnerman and a bit of an overlap. Wagnerman gets into the box. What's he going to do with this? He's had a go on his own, actually. I think he should have passed that, but Xavier picks it up. In midfield, he's got Gomez out to his left. Gomez into the area. Back out of the area. Cuts it back for Souček. Souček tries to get himself on a foot. Tries to flick it through. Couldn't. And the ball's still alive. Not sure what's going on. Tammy Abraham trying to wriggle free. Souček from distance, but he's just over the top. That's Gomez here. Cuts it back for Souček. Souček, as I said, creating the space, but it was blocked by a combination of Bowen and Hanko. Nearly 10 minutes on the clock now. Vagaman heading that on, but not getting it through to any of our players. And that's cut out by Ward-Prowse, who anticipated that. Kudos has Gomez on a bit of an overlap. Gomez cuts inside. Still cutting inside. Ward-Prowse. Upamecano. They're playing very tight lines. Wagnerman. Upamecano, Ward-Prowse through to Wagnerman, and Abraham is in, and his 8th goal of the season, and on 11 minutes we go 1 in front. And whether there was a penalty in that build-up, had it not gone in the back of the net, we'll have a look at the referee as the trip comes in. It's Kudos that's it's waiting to see, and it's gone in. Really, with the goal kick. 14 minutes on the clock now, and that's cut short. It's headed back, and it's cut short, and they've equalised. Zerki, 9th goal of the season, and it's 1-1 after 17 minutes. And it was a poor. I'm not quite sure what happened really. It was more like a back pass, but it was poor, whatever it was. Todibo not getting his head to it, basically. And it was a race then. Xavier trying to get back, but Zerki, or Zirkzee, getting away. Wagnerman winning that ball out wide. 35 minutes on the clock. Wagnerman to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse, can he get this ball into the area? That's Wagnerman's there, though. Wagnerman, it's gone in. Took a deflection by the looks of it. We'll see it again. I mean, it was an own goal. Veerman. I thought it'd taken a deflection. It seemed to change trajectory. Ward-Prowse cutting this back to Wagnerman. Wagnerman has a go. Oh, yeah, it was. It was going over here somewhere. I think he was trying to perhaps pass it to Bowen, but as it was, it come off Veerman and beat the goalkeeper, and we take the lead again on 36 minutes. We have a corner now, 38 on the clock. Bowen with the corner in, it's sort of headed away, not convincingly, and Bowen will run back and get this. It's an attack that's still alive. Todibo out wide to Wagnerman, who's in space. Cross it in, and Bowen had put himself in a good position to put his 7th goal of the season away. And very quickly, we take a 2-goal lead. 39 minutes on the clock. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Todibo finding Wagnerman in acres of space. Just had to tee it up, and Bowen just deftly putting it away. They have a throw in. End-to-end stuff here. I want to concede again. Oh, it's come off the woodworks, not got in, and it's gone out. Question of where's... And again, SI, sort this out, for goodness sake. And half-time has arrived. We've got a 3-1 lead at half-time. 14 shots, 3 on target, 2.29 on the XG, 57% of the possession. They've had 5 shots, 2 on target, 0.53, 43% of the possession. We scored an 11. They got an equaliser on 17, but an own goal from Veerman and Gerard Bowen, classic goal, really. Wagnerman supplying both those for Abraham, and so he's having a grand day out there on that flank. Gives us a 3-1 lead at half-time. 57 minutes on the clock, nearly 58 minutes. It's a goal kick. It's forward Bowen under that one, but he didn't have control of the ball, and they've won it back. Veerman. That's a poor ball through to Wagnerman, and Wagnerman will deal with it. Kudos through to Abraham. Abraham has picked up a yellow card. Souček puts it away in the corner for his 6th goal of the season, and we take a 4-1 lead on 59 minutes. And I think that's probably job done then. Or should I not say that? They made a substitution off the back of that. Abraham, Souček, just set himself nicely. And 60, nearly 61 minutes on the clock. Bowen with a corner. Swung in, he's gone in. Souček gets his 7th of the season, 2nd of the game. 5-1 after 61. And I think we've moved up into 2nd place. I did see on the left-hand side of the screen here. Bowen with a lovely corner. Souček getting up above everybody. Tucks it away. 62 minutes on the clock and a free kick. We're going to add to our total here today. I don't know. Gomez crosses in looking for Abraham. He's found him eventually via the defender. And Abraham giving that ball away in the end. Jimenez not doing anything with it. Souček on a hat-trick now. Goes out wide to Gomez. She's almost showing the defender too much. It's in. And Tammy Abraham gets his goal. 9th goal of the season. 6-1 after 63. And cricket score springs to mind. And obviously doing our goal difference a world of good as it stands. Lovely chipped ball in by Gomez. Right onto Tammy Abraham's head. And with nearly 71 minutes on the clock, we're going to make 3 changes. Tammy Abraham has come off. We've replaced him with Ollie Watkins up front. Joe Gomez, who is tiring, he's had a great game, as I said, down that left side. Of Wagnerman has as well, to be fair. Both of them, the wing-backs, playing well. Emerson comes on in place of Gomez. And the other change that we have made, we've taken off Thomas Souček and brought on Thilo Carrera. And with 81 minutes, near as damn it, on the clock, we've made our final 2 changes. James Ward-Prowse comes off for Martin Vidic. And we've also taken off Joshua Wagnerman. And he's been replaced by Kurt Zouma. Lots of yellow cards, which isn't good news. Zuma throws into Vitic, two of our substitutes. Vitic finds Kudos. Kudos! It's come off the post. And it's cleared by Feyenoord. And a rare foray out. Xavier to Todibo. Not coming to anything. And Vitic finds Kudos. Kudos wriggled himself a bit of room, but only managed to put it on the post. And that's a bit of bad news. Emerson, who's come on as a substitute, has gone off injured, which is a left-sided issue. Emerson, of course, the substitute. We've got short on numbers on that left side now. A potential lower leg injury. Let's hope it's not too bad. And it's all over, and it's finished 6-1, 3-1 at half-time. We added a further 3 goals in that second half. And a good day at the office. 22 shots, 6 on target, 3.86, 57% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 3 on target, 0.96 on the old XG, 43% of the possession. Well, Tammy Abraham getting a player of the match, a 9.8. Souček a 9.3. Wagnerman an 8.8. And Gomez an 8.5. It was pretty good throughout the team, even Vidic coming on and getting a 7. So very good. But Tammy Abraham, 3 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances created, scored 2 goals and an assist. He's had a very good day at the office. Wow. That is bad news. A bit ahead of the results. Emerson is going to be out for 3 to 4 months. That is not good. He's got a torn calf muscle, injured after sprinting, and that's a bit of a bugger. That hopefully Parisi isn't that far off, cutting back 6 days to 2 weeks. Hopefully he'll come back and remain fit. That's what we need him to do now. We'll be back in just a second to have a look at how today's results affects things. So here are today's results. Barcelona beating Galatasaray 5-1. Not the biggest scoreline of the day. Bayer Leverkusen and Getafe 1-1. Benfica 2. Copenhagen 0. Real Madrid beating Cavena 2-0. Dortmund beating Sparta Prague 4-0. We have beaten Feyenoord by 6-1. Juventus 1. Lyon 1. Bayern Munich 2. Marseille 0. Milan 2. Anderlecht 0. How does that leave the table looking? It looks like this. Paris Saint-Germain are top. 4 straight wins. 17-4. 3 against. A goal difference of 14 goals and 12 points. We are second. We've scored 13 goals, 3 against, and that's a goal difference of plus 10, which means that it puts us just in front of Barcelona. So 4 teams have 100% records after the first 4 games. Paris Saint-Germain, ourselves, Barcelona and Manchester City. Real Madrid, they getting a draw. 1 draw means that they are in 5th on 10 points. Then come Dortmund, Aston Villa and Porto just inside that top 8 on goal difference with 9 points. And then Inter, Bayern Munich are just outside on 9 points. Then Werder Bremen on 8, Celtic on 7. Where are our English teams? Manchester United are 15th, Liverpool 16th, Arsenal 17th. I think that's all the English teams in the competition. So that's how it stacks up at the moment. 6 English teams. Ourselves, Manchester City, Aston Villa doing quite well. So halfway stage, that is how it is looking. Our next Champions League match in the next episode, it's going to be an all Merseyside episode next time round. Our arch rivals Liverpool always cause us a problem, and could that be our first defeat in the Champions League? Let's hope not. It's Anfield, and the only time we've lost this season so far was at Anfield on the opening day of the season. That doesn't mean to say we're in a rich vein of form at the moment. Let's hope it continues. But our first problem ahead of us is this game against Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We'll come back in just a couple of moments ahead of that game. Well, before we have a look at the side that will play Tottenham in this match day 11 in the Premier League, a bit of more injury news. Kurt Zouma is out for 2 to 4 weeks. I think we've mentioned it. So we have Emerson and Kurt Zouma and Parisi all out injured, which is not good, varying degrees. Parisi should be back. We've got an international window coming up after this game, so he should be back the other side of the international window, which is good news. And then we'll just be without Kurt Zouma and Emerson. Both can play in that wing-back positions, but I think we've got enough cover, or hopefully we have. Right, on to today's game then against Tottenham. We've played them 4 times this series, beat them 2-1 on both occasions at the London Stadium, but at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium we've lost both games, both seasons, and this being our first of this season, let's hope we don't make it a hat-trick of losses at the London Stadium. Last time out, back in November, we played them Bakantur and Bissouma, the scorers for Tottenham, 15 and 60 minutes without reply. We want to try and get back in it today if we can. That's the aim, and we want to complete another win, or at least not another loss, to carry on our run. And if we can do that, then it will mean that we have gone 16 games unbeaten in all competitions, which would be rather splendid. Right, without any more to do then, let's go and have a look. Tottenham have no injury news. We've got Emerson out, Zouma out and Parisi out. So let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Tottenham. And the team that faces Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for this Premier League match day 11. It's Mazzulia in goal, Gomez, Upamecano, Todibo and Wagnerman. Defensive line, Paqueta, Kahera and Ward-Prowse are our midfield in front of the back four. Samadic is in behind Bowen and Abraham up front for this one. Trubin, Vitic, Shalaga, Watkins, Friedel, Souček, Kudos, Kufal and Archie Gray make up the bench. And here we are. Tottenham won their last 4 games, drawn the other one, playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Alvarez is up front. We've won our last 3, drawn 1 in amongst the last 5, and sticking to our usual formation. We are first on 23 points. They are 8th on 17 points, having played 10 games. The free kick, Maddison crosses it deep, and it's saved and cleared. Maddison on the ball again, 7 minutes on the clock. Gomez winning that ball out there. What's Gomez going to do with this? Gomez crosses it in, looking for Samadic. Samadic finds Ward-Prowse. It's come back off the woodwork. Tammy Abraham taps in, but a question of whether he was offside or not. Defenders are appealing for offside. Almost like it was in slow motion, that. It's a goal, though, and Tammy was on and adds to his 2 from the Champions League match. Come back off the woodwork. He was definitely onside. Definitely. Free kick, Ward-Prowse. 11 minutes on the clock. Just rustles the net. Bang the man. 18 minutes on the clock. And we've been soaking up a lot of pressure. Not been tops in the possession. Todibo forward to Abraham. Abraham loses the ball. And he's losing the battle there against Van de Ven. Van de Ven comes away with it. We've got to be careful here. Only the 1 goal lead at the moment, of course. Minson, as we know from our save last season, is a bit of a troublemaker. They have a corner. Alvarez with the corner. 21 on the clock. And it's gone in. And Perez, the scorer, equalising after 22. Quite sure what happened there. It seemed to happen all very quickly. There's a flicked header on the inside post. So Van der Ven was questioning whether he was actually impeding the goalkeeper there. And unfortunately, with 42 minutes on the clock, I don't think there's any injury to Wagnerman, but he is tiring very, very quickly. And I'm not sure what's going on. But Vladimir Sufal, it comes on in his place. We haven't seen much of him this season. They have a free kick. Min-Son crosses it in. It's headed over, though, by Romero. And the safety of half-time arrives. 1-1. Took the lead after 8 minutes. And Perez getting back a level on 22. A bit disappointing that. They've had 8 shots, 5 on target, 0.48, 64% of the possession. We've had just 4 shots, 1 on target, 0.57, and 36% of the possession. Yeah, we want to try and stay in this game if we can. Romero with a free kick on 61. I think Tarnis could become our biggest enemy today. And we're starting to struggle. We need to be doing some changes, but I want to hang on to it for a little bit if we can. I want to try to get through to 65, but I think we might put us... Oh, good save by Mazulia. Keeps us in the game. Maybe we need to make the changes after this play. Son with the corner, swung in, but it's headed over the top, and safety. Van der Ven still not made those changes. Was just about to. And got to force them back. Need them to make a mistake, and they have. Bowen's got a foot in. Paqueta comes forward. Paqueta, what's he going to do? Cross it deep. Tammy Abraham, but it's gone wide. And with 65 minutes on the clock, we're making 2 changes. Of course, that change we had to make in the first half, Wagnerman on for Sufal, but we've also added Joe Gomez to that. Marco Friedel comes on in place of him, and James Ward-Prowse in midfield has been replaced by Schalliger. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there. We did make the change, but I presume before the changes could be made, Gomez has picked up an injury. So that change still stands then. Friedel coming on for Gomez, but it just means, once again, and we seem to have a bit of a problem, another injury to our back line. And with 80 minutes on the clock, making our final 2 changes, we have taken off Drayot Upamecano, brought on Martin Vitic in defence. And the other change we've made is up front. Ollie Watkins replaces Gerard Bowen. Friedel with the ball through. Try to get it through, but there was a bit of a trip going on there. Van der Ven. Bentancur. Van der Ven. Just stopped it. Just see if they've made any changes, which they haven't done so as yet. Gone all the way back to the goalkeeper, Romero. We try and keep him at bay best we can. Need to try and win this ball off them and get a counter-attack going. It's been one of those days. We've tried to soak up the pressure. Oh, just wide from Alvarez. And we're living on our thingies a little bit. I'm thinking a draw may be the best we're going to get out of this today. Oh, Mazulia making a good save, I think. And it's all over. We have got a draw out of it. We keep our 100%, well, I say 100%, keep our not losing streak going to 16 games without defeat. But it wasn't the best day, the best we could have wished for today, I think. As it turned out, Mazulia keeping us in the game. And obviously, we were very, very tired and not able to punish them when we had the opportunity to, though they were few and far between. 7 shots, 2 on target, 0.88, 38% of the possession. They had 13 shots, 8 on target, 1.23 and 62% of the possession. It's a draw. We've broken the hoodoo. We've finished losing 2-0 to them at the London's, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So that's good news. Let's see how that's left us in the table. And I don't know if it's the new update that's come out of Football Manager, but we've now got Gomez out with a back strain, out for 3 weeks if we send him to the physio. We have got a bit of a break because of the international window. But Emerson, Zuma, Parisi and Gomez all injured, all in the back line, and it's becoming extremely depleted. And disappointingly, because of the late game, the 7:45 game, Manchester United beating Arsenal by 2-0, we drop into second place, 2 points behind Manchester United, because they were level with us, of course, and we only managed to draw in the game against Tottenham. So the other Manchester team thwarting us this season as it stands, and it's going to be tight at the top. Manchester City winning again, which means they're closing the gap a little bit. Still 3 points though. So as it stands at the end of the episode, these are the scores, of course. Manchester United, as I said, beating Manchester City, beating Leeds 4-3. Aston Villa only managing 2-2 draw at Brentford. So they are the score lines. Chelsea still have to play. As do Crystal Palace, Everton and Liverpool. Liverpool way down at the moment, so I don't think it's going to affect us too much. So at the end of the episode, it's Manchester United top on 26. We've given up the top. We are second on 24 points. Newcastle third on 23. Then come 3 teams on 21. Arsenal, Aston Villa and Manchester City, just separated by goal difference. And Tottenham and Chelsea on 18 points. Tottenham, again, just on goal difference in the playoff in the European places. Chelsea just outside Norwich, Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth in the relegation zone. As it stands at the moment, we are going away. We are going to play... No, we're not. We're going to come back after the international break. We're going to have a Merseyside double. We're going to be at home to Everton in the Premier League match day 12. And then we will have a Champions League phase match day 5 at Anfield against Liverpool. And we know what that means. That means trouble, because we've only beaten them once at Anfield, and that was in the Premier League last season, a 2-0 win on that occasion. Can we go and replicate that scoreline? It would be rather splendid if we could. The only game we've lost so far this season was at Anfield, and it was a 2-1 loss on that occasion. And that's not the result that we want. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and that keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. New episodes of Irons in the Fire released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel per se is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 58. It's out on Monday. If you're not watching my other series, which I've begged the question, why not? You should go and have a look at it at the very least. But if you aren't watching it and you're only watching the West Ham save, I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.